Alright everyone, how are you doing? I'm Unruly. Welcome back to Unruly Horror. I'm sorry about the lighting. The sun is ridiculously low today. And yeah, if I can find a good blank space in the sun. Anyway, welcome to today's video. This is going to come out Saturday, so I'm sorry. It's coming out now. This is the Chucky films ranked worst to best. Now this is my opinion, so go ahead, slate us in the comments if you think I'm wrong. Everybody's got an opinion. But yeah, so I'm ranking the 8 Child's Play films. So basically Child's Play 2, Child's Play 3, Bride of Chucky, Seed of Chucky, The Coat of Chucky, Curse of Chucky, and the remake that happened 2019. So, without further ado, let's get into it. So, coming up, number 8, I've got Seed of Chucky. Now, this one, it's comedy horror. They just took Chucky and says, what if we basically just forget what happened in the previous films, just do what we want, mix the bag up. Ooh, there's a... What's this? Yep. Yeah. It's the masturbating scene that gets me. It's just like, why? It's the turkey baster. It's just, oh god. Yeah. And when Jennifer Tilly's on the phone and Tiffany's on the phone and it's all the confusion. Oh wow, that's film. I think it's still on Netflix, I don't know. Anyway, yeah. And Glenda didn't really do anything in the film apart from become a ninja at the end. Anyway. Oh, thank God. Thank God they took a break and got their heads right after that. Anyway, number 7, Bride of Chucky. The plot is a bit weird, like it's ridiculous. They want to elope, get married. I can't remember the names of the characters now. Oh hell. They want to elope, they want to get married. And then, as Chucky and Tiffany are killing people, they suspect each other. But they still get married. It's like you suspect each other through this entire thing, but yeah, you still elope, still suspicious of each other. I mean, Jennifer Tilly's in it. That's a plus. But she dies like 10 minutes in. But hey, the sex scene. Why? We didn't need that. Nobody needed that. Oh, the bed scene where chuck the champagne bottle onto the mirror on the seal and crashes. I mean, that was good. That was a good goal. And that kind of redeems it. But yeah, number 7. Number 6, we've got Child's Play 3. Now, Child's Play 3... Child's Play 3 is a decent film. I like the story of now it's Andy grown up. He's had the trauma of everything in the past. He's at military school. He gets bullied, obviously, because he's a main character. And Chucky is starting to do comedy bits. Like there's a few in Child's Play 2, but this one, he's a lot more... I mean, when he gives the guy a heart attack, that's terrifying. And the ending, even though it's meant to be a travelling carnival, there's no way they would have that gear at a travelling carnival. But just, when he makes... Because when at the battle, when they're doing paintball, and Chucky actually puts real bullets in, that is like... He's just made people kill other people without them realising they're scarred. They're scarred for life. But yeah, it was redeeming, but at the same time, It's, no, it's a good film. I just don't, I could watch it again, but it wouldn't be a one I'd say like watch it 1 week, and I'd probably have to wait. I'll probably wait a month or two before watching it again. Anyway, coming to number 5 is the remake of Child's Play, the 2019 one, with Mark Hamill as Chucky's voice. Buddy's voice. Now, I like this one because it's like with remakes, normally it's the same old story, rehashed, put on it like maybe a bit of extra budget they would have had. But this one ditches everything. No serial killer like spirit, just purely a dull electronic one that's malfunctioning. It's updated in 21st century, Wi-Fi and everything. It's got like the webcam. And I really liked it, but at the same time, you got to think what made us love the original Child's Play series. It was meant to be like, oh my god, it's a killer doll, but it's possessed. There's no black magic in this one. It's just purely some guy didn't like his work, turned all the safety protocols off, and he got it. I don't know if they said they were going to do a sequel, because I know they're doing the TV series. So, I mean, this is weirdly placed because it came out 2 years after Cult of Chucky, and Cult of Chucky ended to where you can have a good sequel to that. So, anyway, number 4, we have Curse of Chucky. Yes, 2013 film. What was it, like 9 years after Seed? Yeah, 9 years after Seed. They come back. I remember walking in the supermarket and being like, Curse of Chucky. I can't remember there being a Curse of Chucky. So I picked it up and read it. And I was like, it's a new one. Of course, this was 7 years. It's 2021. This was coming on 8 years ago now. Yeah, what can I say about Curse of Chucky? The director. I mean, look at Seed of Chucky. Then look at Curse of Chucky. And look at his directing skills have went through the roof. Better directing skills, more cinematic visuals. I mean, the dinner scene where you don't know who's got the poison, and it's like a Russian roulette kind of revolver spinning when he's going around the plate table. The gore was good. The story was good. It tried to take the original story of how Charles Lee Ray got into the doll and try to put in like why Nika is kind of why he's going after her, even though if you think about it, it doesn't make sense, because in Child's Play, the original one, he was running away from the police after a robbery, but according to Curse of Chucky, he was running away from the police after the kidnapping of Nika's mother and murder of her father was discovered. And she's in a wheelchair because when Charles Lee Ray was a human, he stabbed mother in the stomach. It just doesn't make sense why, his friend who he kills for betraying him in Child's Play was there. I mean, it's good when you think of, that's why they're going to connect it, but at the same time, it's like, but, it doesn't make sense if you think of the first one, but hey, who am I to say don't watch it? It's one of my favourite films, because, it's just on the halfway line, I think, yeah. Next up, the original Child's Play. I watched Child's Play 2, Child's Play 3, Bride and all that before I watched Child's Play. I'd only heard about it. That opening scene, the chase, it's so good because it's only like the one time, apart from Curse of Chucky, when you actually see, Brad Dourif in person. And yeah, like, as if you go into it not knowing what it's about and you see him, may do a Dembele the doll, you're like, what's he doing? I mean, because what it is, it brilliantly is suspense. It builds suspense. You know there's something up with the doll, because that's the one Charles had. And you see these little things like when Aunt Karen? I don't have my name Karen in my head. When she gets pushed out the window, and everybody thinks, well, it's Andy, and you see flour on the bottom of Chucky's feet, and then Chucky watching the news by himself. You're like, hang on a minute, he couldn't have, could he? But he did. In the reveal of picking up the doll, I'm crazy, put it down, and then the battery's dropping out the box. You're like, oh my god, that's it, it's happening. And she walks over, and Chucky just lets her. He wants to jump scare you. Opening up no batteries, head does the exorcist. And when he fully moves, like when he's about to burn him, and he's like, ah! I remember watching that for the first time, and I was like, wow. Because even though I had seen Chucky move in the other films, this was like the first time. You can tell it's a doll at sometimes, and you can tell when he's at the home for Andy, it's a person in a suit. But the movements of that doll for 1980s was fantastic. Like, obviously, Curse of Chucky and Code of Chucky in the remake, Child's Play 2019, did it. It was great because it was a mixture of CGI and puppeteering. Yeah, the movements of that doll, especially when he goes to his, shaman's house. The guy goes, kill the whore. When he's on the bench and he's like kind of moving down, you're like, oh wow. I would have loved to be behind the scenes watching them film that. That would have been awesome. Anyway, next up, number 2. What do you think it's going to be? What do you think is going to be number 1? Because number 2, we have Cult of Chucky. Yes, the 2017 film. Whew, wow, what can I say about that? Visually appealing, where he's got all grey, just all grey, all white. And when Jennifer Tilly pops in for a cameo, boom, blood red stands out from the crowd. Yeah, because Nika's in an asylum. They think she's killed everybody and the previous film, and you start, like, a Chucky doll pops up and you're like, oh well, is that Chucky? But then another Chucky doll pops up, and then you're thinking, oh well, one of them's Chucky, one of them's not, it's going to be a fake out. And then you get confirmation of which doll is Chucky, and you're like, oh okay, that's Chucky. They're going to chuck the old one, not Chucky, out, but wait, not Chucky, just bit someone. And you start to wonder, hang on a minute, what's happening here? Because turns out they can possess other people. They've learned to split his soul, which is a lot like Harry Potter if you stop to think about it. It's a remixed version of the Harvey, Dewey, Dembele way. Because at the end there's 3 Chucky dolls, a possessed Nika, and Malcolm, multiple Malcolm. He's also a Chucky human possessed person. And then Jennifer Tilly's there as Tiffany, and the Tiffany doll's there. If you've watched Seed of Chucky, you'd have known Tiffany went into Jennifer, and now apparently Jennifer's soul went into the Tiffany doll. I don't know. But yeah, that ending, what do I say? Have you ever played Dead Island? The video game, zombie video game, Dead Island. And if you play as, I can't remember his name, but he's the black rapper. If you play as him, I don't know, I've only played as him because he's got the weapons modification. There's a skill you can get where you stomp zombie's head with your foot. Imagine Nika is that character in The Doctor who's been basically molesting her is a zombie. Oh yeah, with high heels on and everything. Boom, boom. That scene is graphic, but it's like, you know what? He deserved it. Even Chucky says, I can't with this guy. And people think, I'm sick. Because he basically stops after being raped twice. Chucky. So yeah. So that leaves Child's Play 2. That's my favourite Chucky film. This is actually the first Chucky film I watched. And I've got to say, it did scare me. I was 12. I had dreams of Chucky for about a year after that. But it was just... I can't describe it. It was just good. The shot of when he's killing the teacher. He does joke, you know, like, how's it hanging, Phil? And then, crack, his neck. The reveal when Kyle, I think that was her name, Kyle, discovers the foster mom dead. And like Chucky holding her hostage and everything going through the home. That was... in the ending at the factory with, like, at the start where the guy gets electrocuted, but the kill where the guard gets fake eyes shoved into his real eyes, that stuck with me since I was 12. I can't get that image out of my head when I think of Child's Play. It was so brutal. That's why I couldn't understand it. I was like, what? And then when they killed Chucky by shoving him with different pieces of doll and then blowing him up, I was thinking, you can't come back from that, surely. And that's another thing about Child's Play 3. When it starts off with them picking the old Chucky doll up and moving it, and Chucky's blood goes into a vat of plastic, I thought, there's going to be more multiple Chucky dolls, because that's a lot of blood that's went in, that's a lot of plastic. But apparently only made one Chucky doll. So basically, they did... I thought Coda Chucky was going to happen in Child's Play 3. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching this video. That is my favourite Chucky films in order. If you disagree with me, put your own order in the comments below. I've been Unruly. Have a nice day.